Welcome once again. I want to share a text from the Gospel according to Luke chapter 6. We are going to read verses 43 through 45. And I read, "For no good tree bears bad fruit, nor again does a bad tree bear good fruit. But each tree is known by its own fruit. For figs are not gathered from thorn bushes, nor are grapes picked from a bramble bush. The good person out of the good treasure of his heart produces good, and the evil person out of his evil treasure produces evil. For out of the abundance of the heart his mouth speaks." This day I want us to share this text, and I've entitled today's segment, or title for today's segment, as "How Are You Known?" How are you known? Or I can paraphrase it and say, what shows the kind of person you are? What shows the kind of person you are? Each and every one of us, at one particular time or at every moment, you hear people speak, you hear people talk, and you can easily point out whether what they are speaking or what they are sharing or what they are conversing comes from the Lord. And it can easily, or you can easily point out that this person, the heart is full of evil or the heart is full of good. So you can quickly and easily tell the kind of person you look at just by what comes out of their mouth, because the Bible makes it very clear that out of the abundance of the heart his mouth speaks. That it's at the heart of our hearts where things spring from. And so, a tree is known by its fruit. You can tell this is an orange by seeing oranges. You can tell this is a grape tree by the grapes. So, in other words, when people look at us, they will be able to tell whether this is a good person or this is a bad person by exactly what is coming out of our mouths. And so I want us to understand that the way we live, the things we watch, the things we like taking time to study and to interact with will so much impact our lives, and you can easily tell where you lean towards. Maybe you've just heard people in conversations at our places of work, in our homes. You hear people talking and you even feel like you want just to hold your mouth. You get so shocked to hear certain things coming out of a person. Why? Because you really point out that that is not coming from God. That is coming from the pit of hell. That is coming from a person whose heart is evil. And so you can easily tell. And so in our lives as Christians, when we profess to be Christians, how do people look at you? How do people describe you? Forget about the normal kind of people. Sometimes they can judge you from just only the superficial look. But in reality, when you interact with people, when you are around people, people can easily point out and say, this is a man of God, this is a woman of God, this person fears the Lord, this person does not fear the Lord. So it's at the mouth, from our mouths, that things come out to really say whom we are. Because whatever that comes out of our mouths, it springs from the source, and the source is our heart. So what is deposited in our hearts will come out through our mouths. So the challenge for all of us today is what comes of our mouth. If people were to describe you, if people were to say whom you are, what will they say? Will they say this person is evil? Will they say this person, whatever that comes out of their mouths is evil? Whatever comes out of their mouth is good? Because if good, or if the good things are in your heart, then it surely shows that you are a good person. If evil things are in your heart, people will say this person is evil. And so it's paramount for each and every one of us to understand that how we live, how we interact, what we spend our time in, watching, interacting with, reading, seeing, really impacts so much our lives. So it's my challenge this day that our lives, it's so easy to tell what kind of person you are. And it's my prayer that let us recheck and check our lives and to see what kind of life are we living. If people were to give a testimony of whom you are, what will they say? Your children, your parents, your wife, your husband, your co-workers, your friends, your neighbors. How can they describe you? What are the very few words that they can describe the kind of person you are? That really matters a lot. So it's a challenge to all of us to understand that out of the abundance of our hearts, the mouth will speak forth exactly what is in our hearts. So I challenge each and every one of us to be careful and take our time to interact with the right things, to watch the right things, to study and read the right things, so that our lives are correctly impacted, or we can easily impact the lives of other people. As I wrap up, I just want to give us an example. You remember when Satan was walking back and forth, and the sons of God came to God, and Satan also came to present himself, and the Lord asked him, "Where are you coming from?" He said, "Back and forth." Then the Lord even posed a question asking, "Have you seen my servant Job, a man who fears me, a man who walks upright, a man who is blameless?" You remember how the devil answered, or Satan answered. He was like, "Does he fear you for nothing?" So God was in a position to give a description, to describe the kind of man he was so proud of. So when God looks at you and me, can he have the same kind of testimony, being proud of you, that you are walking blameless, that you are representing his word correctly, that you are out here representing the kingdom of heaven? So it's a challenge to all of us. Let not only man but also God have a testimony of the kind of life we live. May the Lord bless you.